Hi, so sorry everyone. We had some internet issue. So sorry to keep you all waiting. The troubles of internet. So am I audible? Can somebody quickly tell me? Okay, perfect. So as I was telling you, today we'll be joined by a very special guest. Her name is Renu Dalal. She's a culinary expert, an author, and daughter of the legendary Padma Shri, India's first master chef, Miss Talla Dalal ji. So I'll quickly see if Miss Renu Dalal is online. Okay, I can see her online.
Hi.
I'm so sorry for the whole confusion and trouble, some internet
Yeah,
issues.
yeah, that happens sometimes. It's okay.
Yeah. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm perfect. Sorry to keep you waiting, ma'am.
Not at all.
Okay, great.
Hope
So,
you're staying
ma'am,
safe and secure.
absolutely, I'm stuck inside the house, and yes, we are absolutely safe and secure as long as
Yeah,
we are indoors.
yeah, that's true.
How's the weather in Bombay, ma'am?
Bombay is quite like I think it's still raining a little bit. Last rains are there, but I think the heat will come on now in October. The rains will probably end. The last showers are on in Bombay.
And it's super hot in Delhi here.
Oh, it's
Uh,
hot in
we,
Delhi.
we
Okay.
really want some rain here in Delhi.
Yeah,
Okay. So, ma'am, I was telling our viewers about you. I'll quickly
yeah,
give a short introduction. Most of us already know about you.
yeah.
Everybody, as I was mentioning earlier, Miss Renu Dalal is a culinary expert. She's an author, and she's also the daughter of India's first master chef, late Miss Talla Dalal ji, who's also the first Padma Shri awardee in the culinary space. And for most of her life, Ms. Renu Dalal has crunched numbers and analyzed spreadsheets at a Nariman Point office in Mumbai. And she's blessed with a natural flair in culinary matters. Her extensive travels have also helped her fuel her passion for creating vegetarian options for the modern palate. So, ma'am, welcome to the show. And I have a couple of other announcements also to make before we move on to our discussion with you. This is
Thank
for
you
the
for
viewers.
having me.
You're most welcome, ma'am. Ma'am, before we begin, I would like to let our viewers know that 1st October was the World Vegetarian Day,
Yeah.
and we are also celebrating the World Vegetarian Month this whole month of October. And today's discussion is going to be centered around that. It would be all about Indian vegetarian cooking, trends, food combinations, travel, and lots more. We would like to hear everything from you. And we're also running a contest wherein participants just have to post a picture of their favorite vegetarian fusion dish, tagging us. And one of the winner stands a chance to win your bestseller, which is Modern Vegetarian Recipes. The contest ends tonight at 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time, so please do send in your entries as soon as possible. And we also have a Q&A round towards the end of this session. And viewers can send in their questions in the question section, which is right next to the comment section. Ma'am, quickly we'll start with our discussion. I won't take too much time of yours because there's so much to discuss about vegetarianism. My
Okay.
first question has to be around vegetarianism. Ma'am, you are the daughter of late Miss Talla Dalalji, and you have grown up in a pure vegetarian environment. And since we at Vegs Up also promote a vegetarian or a plant-based diet, and what do you think will be the future of vegetarianism? Are more and more people shifting towards a vegetarian and a plant-based diet, considering the benefits which this diet has, and also, whatever is happening right now, the whole pandemic and the COVID-19 situation. What are your views on this, ma'am?
Well, I think vegetarianism has really come to the forefront now. In fact, in the beginning of the year, even before the pandemic, vegetarian food and vegan food was trending, I think, across the world. And very people are very aware of the health options of vegetarian food and that is nutritious and it gives us a beautiful balanced diet. Especially if you've seen the documentary on Netflix called Game Changers.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am.
Yeah, so if you see that, that also shows high performance athletes who need a high level of performance on field or on their sport are even shifting to vegetarian diet and able to get it from that. So I think vegetarian has really come to the forefront now, and wherever you travel across the world, vegetarian vegan food is very, very easily available. So I feel there's a great future for vegetarian food, and definitely more people are being aware of it and definitely shifting towards some part of their diet to be vegetarian. I think that's definitely there as of now.
Perfect. So we will be coming to the travel part. I have that in my questions for
Right.
you. But the next question which I have for you, ma'am, is if we talk about vegetarian cooking from your earlier days during Miss Talla Dalal's time to now, how do you think people's tastes and preferences have evolved over these years?
Well, definitely, like my mother was a pioneer in the field when she was coming out with her books. I mean, she was really gave a whole new world of vegetarian cuisine to everyone. Like it was Chinese, Italian, Thai. She gave all these options. In fact, at that time, people used to struggle with vegetarian food. So my mother was a pioneer. So definitely, and the ingredients which were available at that time are very different from the ingredients available in India just now. So I think there's a definite change in the way the food is just now, and it was before that. And this you have now, people wanting to go to fusion food, inventive food, maybe recipes with lesser ingredients, And also, I want to tell you something very, very important
Mm-hmm.
that food has to look good also today. Besides
Absolutely, yeah.
tasting good, food has to look good, and even the presentation of food has come to the forefront now. So, how do I present food to you? Like sometimes the food has to tell you, come and eat me, like when you present it to people, whether it's your family or friends, there's a lot more into food than what was there before. And of course, as you say, many more ingredients are available, so it makes a big difference in food and the way food is different. Inventive food and fusion food is very much in vogue just now.
Wow, wonderful. And ma'am, what are the new trends in vegetarianism that you are seeing?
So I would say, as of today, especially during the pandemic, boosting foods are very in. Like everybody wants to become healthy,
Hmm.
and that's very much due to the pandemic. Like everybody wants, like healthy food and a healthy combination of food, and also, as I say, recipes with lesser ingredients. You will even have like books with recipes with less than 5 ingredients. You know what I mean? That's also very in. Plus, inventive food, fusion food is also the trend. And as I say that, even now, if you will see, people have been cooking at home and baking at home. So baking at home, is also very, very is a trend just now because of the pandemic. But I say the number one trend today is definitely food with high levels of immunity. So we become
Okay,
stronger to face the pandemic.
absolutely. And
People want
ma'am,
to become healthy
yeah,
just now.
healthy and fit. Yeah, I think
Absolutely have to
everybody.
become healthy and fit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and not just now, ma'am. I think it has to be there all the time. It's not just the COVID times. I think one needs to be healthy and fit throughout their lives, have good
I think so.
immunity.
I do agree with you, Ashima. Definitely one has to be healthy and fit. But just now we go to see, even though we have different seasons, like we'll have like the festive season, Diwali and Christmas, but still like everybody will be celebrating and making at home. Because of the pandemic, I think people are not venturing too much outside to eat just now, So cooking food at home is also like that's what people are doing now. Cooking, like so you are craving whatever your cravings are to eat outside, you normally try and make it at home.
Absolutely.
So
I've
like
I've
bread,
actually been
baking bread, cakes, all
yeah,
that.
I've actually been craving for pani puri, golgappe a lot. I was telling my family the same, so we kind of bought these. I really don't have the patience to make the entire pani puri from raw, from scratch. So I bought these pellets from the market so that I can just put them in the microwave and have them.
No, I think that everybody is doing it. Actually, that's what I feel is another different thing which I want to tell you what is trending just now. Like there's so many things that are available ready-made. No, it makes us life so much more simple now.
Correct.
You buy then you have to make the pani and the filling zone. Everybody will buy the puri from outside. I think there's so You get super puris at such reasonable prices. So that's the trend now to buy a lot of the ingredients in a semi ingredients from outside, all
Absolutely.
very, very ingredients, easily available now, easily.
Great. So, ma'am, I'll come to travel part now since that is what we discussed earlier as well. Although it's not the right time to discuss about travel because of the COVID-19
Of
situation,
course.
but we'll still talk about it because I'm sure very soon people would be able to travel. So you've traveled a lot, ma'am, and explored so many places. A lot of people have concerns about finding vegetarian or vegan food outside India, which is now gradually becoming better, of course. But we are able to find vegetarian options easily even abroad. What do you think, according to you, which are the most vegetarian friendly countries in the world, which, probably when people are making an itinerary, they should keep that in mind, especially the vegetarians?
Okay, great. So I just want to clarify with you that now it's not a problem getting vegetarian food abroad. You
Hmm,
go to the
hmm.
most remotest countries, you really get, I mean, where you think it's all very neat, like we were in Iceland, and believe me, in Iceland, they were selling golden milk. That's turmeric latte.
Yeah,
And getting
yeah.
vegetarian food was like a walk in the park. So as I said, people are very much aware of the health benefits of vegetarian food. So it's wherever you go into the more remote countries, where you think we only get meat eating food, you get vegetarian food very, very easily now, especially vegan food. So it's not so much of a difficulty. Like I was really shocked to get golden milk available as turmeric latte, and then you'd get, you get so many options, just only pasta and pizza. There's so many other options you can get. So it's very, very easy now to travel. Even in the Andes Mountains, we got a fabulous vegetarian spread. So people are aware
Wow.
that people have vegetarian diets and they're healthy. So I think this has gone pretty much across the globe. I don't think that's an issue at all now. You can get vegetarian food very, very easily. And especially, you're talking about countries, well, okay, I would say maybe the UK and the US are very veg friendly, but I think it's now everywhere. In fact, I want to tell you a story. Like even when we went to Far East, and this is one particular restaurant which I always wanted to go to, and I was struggling to get vegetarian food. So I asked him, like, do you have vegetarian food? And do you have anything vegetarian on the menu? He just showed me a whole menu
Hmm.
of vegetarian
Wow.
food. So that's the difference today. So whether it's east or west, whichever way you go, you are getting vegetarian food a lot easier.
And I think to finding vegan is actually easier than finding vegetarian. That's what
Yes,
even I realized.
vegan is a form of vegetarianism anyway. It is a
Yeah,
form, except they don't use milk and milk-based products.
correct. Yeah. Okay,
So they
great,
use
wonderful.
like almond milk, or maybe we say almond
Hmm.
milk, or cashew milk, or they have vegan cheese, so they just substitute with that.
Great. Ma'am, since we are talking about travel, also there are certain people who prefer not to stay in hotels while vacationing. In fact, they prefer to cook on their own while staying in, rented accommodations like Airbnb, Booking.com, whatever. So, what are some basic items that you recommend they should carry with themselves for cooking?
Okay, so yeah, if you're going to stay in Airbnb and you're definitely going to cook. So like we do, like you definitely will carry your masalas, your pulses, your spices are very important to carry your pulses. And of course,
Hmm.
I don't know whether you've had methi ka tepla. It's quite a Gujarati thing. So there's
Yes,
like a,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's very easy to carry. It stays for at least a week and you can refrigerate it. It's such a lovely snack. You can have it with curds. You can have it with some masala powder. You can have, and people carry dry fruit with them. People carry like, healthy snacks like dal-based snacks or nashi chips or chickies they carry. So there's a lot of things which you can carry with you. But another important thing I wanted to tell you today, what people do carry is you get a lot of ready-made foods available. So suppose you're exhausted after coming
Hmm.
up back from a whole day of sightseeing, you're really exhausted. You don't want to spend that extra half an hour cooking. You have these ready-made packets, right? Whether it's pawa, whether it's dals, whether it's vegetables, you can just put them in hot water for 3 minutes and have it. So a lot of people have started carrying these when they
But,
travel. But of course, I would
but
definitely tell you, like when you go to any country, please try out their food. It's
hmm,
amazing, and you get
absolutely.
fab vegetarian options. A lot of people have gastronomical tours to go to a country just to eat their food. So nobody has to worry anymore about vegetarian options. They're just all there.
Yeah. Like we are promoting in India, vocal for local. I think that goes for all the countries. You should
I
definitely try the
definitely
local.
think so. You should
Yeah.
definitely try the local food. So you have to definitely feel that okay, you will have some, you'll have a provision for, some quick food when you get it, some snacky food. Plus, of course, you can eat from outside. And I was going to tell you about these sambar powders. Like I carry Metha Karika sambar. That's a chili powder when I travel. So just to add some spice, sometimes to the food, when you're traveling. So I want to tell you something, very interesting. Like we were in Switzerland. We were in a restaurant that was serving Swiss fondue. And so I just decided to take it out and put some in the Swiss fondue. The owner of the restaurant, the chef came to try it and they found it was fab. So all these small things make a difference. If you're missing the spice in your food. Besides Tabasco and chili flakes, you're just giving you a story, like you can carry things with you. So we basically carry like theplas and some spices and some heavy snacks because I tend to try the food outside.
That's great, ma'am. And, let's come to the right food combinations now. Ma'am, as we all are aware, poor food combinations can have adverse effects on the body. So according to you, which are the best food combinations for vegetarians that offer incredible health benefits and also enhance immunity?
Well, so there are so many immunity boosting foods. Well, I did tell you something about turmeric milk, right? Turmeric, haldi is very, very anti-inflammatory. It's one of the most healthiest Indian spices. So people tend to have turmeric with pepper and ginger. So the combination makes you absorb the turmeric better. So you can have turmeric. There are a lot of Indian spices which I like, which are really healthy. Plus, of course, you have all the superfoods. You have quinoa, you have broccoli, you have avocado, you have lots of chana. You have lots of superfoods. Plus, you have all the healthy vegetables like spinach. So they are and methi. You can have amazing combinations. The main thing you have to see that whether you have your proteins right and your combination of food has to be right. What goes with what? So you have to check whether your proteins are right. And of course, fresh fruits and vegetables are really superb. So like if you see a lasuni pal, you can have spinach with garlic and ginger. So they are very amazing combinations. Which is all healthy. So you can have very nutritious and even if you go to see like quinoa, no, you can have a quinoa pulao or you can have a Mexican quinoa bowl. So in these healthy superfoods, you can make amazing combinations, which you can do it. So I think it's just basically a combination of foods just has to be right. And make sure that your proteins and dals and your vitamins and minerals and all what you need in your body is sufficient. So even amazing, like a lot of people, I don't know whether you've tried it. Instead of rice, a substitute for cauliflower.
Correct, the cauliflower
as rice. Yeah. So there are lots of healthy options you can use. It's a combination which you feel suits you. As I say, turmeric is still one of the best Indian superfoods. And if you go abroad, everybody's having turmeric pills. What India has been having all this time, people are having turmeric pills to be healthy. And, so turmeric still remains, I feel, one of the most best Indian spices where we are concerned. Plus, as you say, you have amazing vegetables and fruits which are all there, which are so healthy. Just combine them well together and you have such fabulous meals. You can have carrot and spinach, you can have a methi sabji, you can have a lasuni, you can have so many different combinations of food which just gives you a superb healthy combination pack.
Great, wonderful. We'll be coming to the fusion food as well, ma'am. But I'll request all our viewers to keep sending in their questions in the question section, which is right next to the comment section, because we'll be having the Q&A round right after this discussion with Renu ma'am. So ma'am, as we all are aware, you are aware, we're running a contest about the most favorite vegetarian fusion dish which participants have to post a picture about. So what are some Indian fusion vegetarian dishes that you recommend and which of course are your favorites as well?
So so I want to tell you whether you've had waffle from idli batter. Have you ever tried that?
Which one? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Waffle from idli batter. It's called an idli waffle.
No, actually, I personally, I'm a little desi person, so I prefer Indian sweets. So I'm not a very waffle.
No, but it's idli batter only. Desi means the batter is idli. It's just the way of presentation changes. No.
Okay. No, I haven't, ma'am.
So you can make waffles out of idli. If you don't have a waffle machine, you can just put it in like a griller, okay? And then you can add chutney and aloo. So it becomes a super breakfast. It becomes a super snack. Also a great starter to a party. So it's like called a waffle idli. Okay? So I'll give you many more suggestions. Like you can have Mexican pani puri. So in Mexican pani puri is like pani. I hope you said you were missing pani puri, right? So the pani is a little bit Mexican style. You have different type of fillings. And you serve them in small glasses. So it just makes a variety to what you're doing. And of course, one thing which is very favorite is a big bestseller in my book is chocolate pani puri. I don't know whether you've tried that. So
no, I haven't.
You have pani puris laced with chocolate. and you refrigerate them. And so whenever you have guests, you can put some ice cream and put caramelized walnut. It just tastes amazing. So there's so many, and in paniyaram, we add spinach and tofu in the paniyaram. So again, the taste changes. So slight taste changes you make to dishes, and they make it so much more interesting and exciting. So I want to tell you one or two more really popular dishes of mine. Like you can have a Mexican bhel also. I don't
Wow.
know whether you've had spaghetti with lentils, spaghetti with masoor dal, lentils. That's really amazing, and that's amazing. It's an amazing combination, you know. Plus, you have to put avocado in your savory and bhel. So there's so many different combinations of food. You have a khakra pizza. I'm just naming a few fusion dishes, and they're very simple and easy to make. So what I want to bring to the point about today is that people want something simple to make. Now, it should taste delicious and look simple also. I mean, taste delicious and simple to
Absolutely.
make also. Yeah, so a bit less so. They're not that difficult to make because, as you said, a lot of ingredients are so easily available. So it makes it so simple to bring out such a fabulous dishes and the variety put on the table. Because frankly speaking, every home is always asking like, "What's new? What new are you making today?" Especially since you can't go out or when you have people over, you always try to bring that something new on the table, the wow factor on the table. Like they look at your food and say, "Oh, like wow, what's on the table?" You know, so the fusion food is really, really, very, and it's very interesting combination and very tasty too. It's just the combination
Wonderful.
is right. Basically, your combination has to be right.
Absolutely. And of course, people can read more about it in your books, ma'am. We are
Yeah,
also
sure.
giving out one of your bestsellers to the contest winner tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But ma'am, before we move on to the Q&A round, can you tell us a little bit more about your two books? Of course, the first one being Modern Vegetarian Recipes. What is it all about? And the second one, which is Simple and Delicious Vegetarian Recipes. And you know, what is the difference between the two books? If you could
Yeah,
just
sure.
let us
I'll
know
tell
a
you.
little.
Of course, sure. So, well, this is the first book, Modern Vegetarian Recipes, okay?
So that's the one
And
we are
I think
giving
that's
to
the
the.
one you're giving out, right? This is my first book. It released in June 2000. You have a beetroot, you have a beetroot, and so beetroot is another superfood. You have beetroot and quinoa salad. So on the
Wow.
cover here. So well, this book, as I say, I've given some of the fusion dishes which are there. Plus, I've explained to you I travel a lot, so I picked up a lot of dishes from my travel. Something new invented to bring on my table, you know. So I have travel-related recipes which I invented, like you could say maybe a potato pinchos or a Bhutanese potatoes. It depends where I go. I pick up the recipes, right? And plus, we have we have very interesting starters, salads, you know, invented food. So even if you go to see in a paneer wrap, so everybody says, okay, that's great. Paneer wrap is such, everybody has the recipe of paneer wrap. So I always give something different to the recipes. So I make the paneer wraps. I wrap them in tortilla rotis. You get
Wow.
tortilla rotis ready made in the market, right, today. So
Hmm.
it makes a wrap taste very different. So there's small additions you can make into food, you know. And plus, as I want to say, I show presentation of food a lot. Like I really feel presentation is in the forefront now. Food is taken for granted. Oh, okay, your food is fab. It's supposed to be fab, right? It's supposed to be taste delicious. But it has to look good also. So like here, we've showed you in Mexican pani puri, we've shown you how to serve in small
Wow.
glasses. So in serving also makes a difference. So like even we have a watermelon salad, or you know, even I've showed you in baked yogurt to make them in small glasses. One of my best sellers, baked yogurt in small glasses. So in small glasses, you bake them in you bake them in the oven. You can refrigerate them. So, but now what is the difference here? The difference here is that it's a small helping of a dessert. So people tend to
Oh,
go for it.
wow.
And of course, you must have the wow factor in the book. The wow factor is like when you have people over, if the concentration, if the conversation goes around one dish, you know that's the wow dish of the party. Everybody's talking about that dish, you know. Maybe from its look, from the way it tastes or something, you know. So there's always the wow, something different is needed. So I have travel related recipes, fusion recipes. We have comfort and healthy recipes also. As you say, everybody's very health conscious today. So
Hmm.
give healthy recipes. I always do give healthy recipes. I have comfort Indian recipes also. So it's a big variety of dishes which are in the book. So now let's come to the second book, Simple and Delicious Vegetarian Recipes. Okay. So here we have cucumber cups of the cow. Remember I told you that you were saying this is only has five ingredients.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's so simple. Like when you have people over, they definitely go for it because it's healthy. It's just a small bite. So people tend to just pick up and have a small bite, you know. So these things are really this is what I have in the second book. Plus, if you know, dietary preferences have changed. So in this book, I've marked recipes as vegan and gluten free. A lot of people have
Oh,
allergies to
wow.
milk and milk products and gluten-free. So these are the changes in the book. I've got marked recipes, vegan and gluten-free. I've added some a new sections of maybe soups and beverages. And plus, also what I've done in the second book is um, we've also had we've had them extremely very healthy. Like you want purple yam kanka ball. This is extremely healthy in today's time. It looks attractive. It's purple yam kan, and it's not
Wow.
even fried. Plus, give you ingredients like you have like a black rice, you have like a red rice. I mean, different types of teachers. So I'm always trying to bring new ingredients to the forefront, travel-related recipes to the forefront. Again, I said presentation. So here you have a roast chicken. So look at the way it's presented with
Wow.
rose petals and pista. So this is there. Plus, I think one of my best sellers from this book is the people have made a lot, and I've really got lots of comments on that. Is a no bake Oreo tarts. Again, these are five. Ingredients also. Just five
Wow,
ingredients.
that's wonderful, yeah.
And of course, as I say, we have vegan gluten free reading. Again, and we have something like the Thai palm. So again, this travel based, okay? You go to Thailand and they have a palm over there. So I have a Thai palm. So they're very new type of recipes you normally don't see anywhere. So travel based, inventive, fusion, and of course we have the comfort and the healthy recipes also. So vegan and gluten free and with many more photographs is here as the second book. And as I say, I always try to give something new on the table because that's really what everybody is looking for.
Wow, that's great, Pam. So I would request all our viewers to actually go and buy your books. They are available on Amazon. Ma'am,
Yeah.
any other place that your books are available apart from Amazon, where
Well,
users?
I think you'll have to go to bookshops, maybe Crosswords and all. But now because of pandemic, I don't know how many bookshops are really open. But whichever open, they are available in bookshops and of course in Amazon they're available.
Great. So I think Amazon is the easiest option
But
for
as of
everybody.
now,
So
I think so.
please,
Yeah, unless you're going to the bookshop.
yeah. So, ma'am, we'll quickly move on to the Q&A round. We have actually got a lot of questions, and
Wow.
yeah, so I'm actually not sure which one to take. So, okay, there is this. So I'll take this question. This question is from Charming Desert Rose. Can you suggest some healthy and light dinner?
Well, you can have like a zucchini spaghetti. You can have zucchini spaghetti. Okay, that's spaghetti made out of zucchini and cucumber. That's a pretty light
Okay.
dinner. Or you can have a margarita vegetable. There are a lot of soups which are there in the recipe. Like you have a brown onion soup. You have healthy soups also. You can have a soup. You can have like a spaghetti. And maybe you can have a stuffed oats chilla or a moong dal chilla, which are less in the calorie count also. And of course, we have a samosa curry in the book. So a samosa curry, if you don't deep fry the samosa and air fry the samosa or bake it, the samosa curry by itself is also very healthy. It's extremely healthy
Okay.
and light also. So you want to avoid the carbs totally. Then of course you have zucchini spaghetti, you have a margarita vegetables also. And plus, as I say, you can have soups or you can have, like as I said, samosa curry. So that's all up to what you would like to do. These are light options for dinner. Or a stuffed oats chilla or a chilla, that's the way. You can have with a soup, and the
Okay,
vegetables
great.
to throw in.
So I'll take this next question. This question is from Anjali Jain. She's asking, are there any sweeteners which are not harmful, especially for diabetics? So, ma'am, we also talk about stevia and all, the sugar-free and all
Yeah.
that you get in the market. People talk about their side effects as well. So anything which can replace them, kind of also satiate our sweet tooth.
I think that's the only thing you have to do is maybe use that the Indian sweet because otherwise, I don't use sweeteners in any of my recipes. I don't use sweeteners in any of my recipes. So you can have Indian jaggery, the Indian sweet. You can use it in your recipes, but otherwise, I would say, you can put fruits. What would I say? You could put fruits. Some fruits are sweet enough. They can really add to like a healthy fruit. But I don't recommend these sweeteners. I don't use them at all for cooking.
Okay.
The ones which are harmful, no, I don't use them. So even my mom, when she used to make, when she used to have diabetic friends over, she would make something that she would just try and make it without sugar.
Yeah. So we can
Yeah,
have
add
fruits
some
like
fruit.
mango,
Yeah.
banana,
Yes,
dates.
of course. You can have mangoes.
Yeah,
Mangoes are so much sugar by itself, no? Mango, bananas,
yeah.
they're absolutely right. They're all there. Just you have to cut the sugar. But I can't suggest a sweetener which is not harmful, no, otherwise. So that I would have to give like an artificial sweetener, they would say is harmful, fine.
Great. So I'll take this next question. It's from Aisha. She's asking, what are some of the alternatives to potato stuffings?
Well,
So
of course,
there
since
are
potatoes, yeah. You can use
people
chana, you can use corn. How about that? Chana, corn. I have used
chana corn
avocado also.
and even paneer. I think that's everybody's
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's so many things you can use instead of potato. Like that's it. They're having paneer. Paneer is also a great alternative. Corn is there, avocado is there. There's so many things which would give you. You want the filling. You want to feel full after eating. So I think that even paneer you feel very full after eating. Yes, there's lots of things you can use instead of potato. So I think so.
Great.
In Jains they normally have broccoli, na?
Yes.
They would have broccoli.
Uh,
I mean, like, for people who don't like, you can use other vegetables, but I think instead of potato, you just use avocado. Also makes you feel full.
okay. Avocado,
So there's a
broccoli,
save puri,
perfect.
avocado save puri. You substitute, put the avocado instead of the potato, and it tastes bad.
Wow.
It
I'll take
depends where
this
you're
next
substituting the
question.
potato. It's where you substitute the potato. That's all I'm saying. Where you substituting the potato. That way I can advise you.
Great. So, ma'am, this next question is from Althea. She's asking, can you please share the recipe for the idli waffle? I couldn't quite get it, but I'm quite fascinated and would like to try it.
Okay, sure. So I'll just explain to you how to make it, and later on, actually, if you want, you can just share it with her. It's there in the book, right? Idli
Sure.
waffle delight. So you have the idli batter with you, right? And you have a waffle machine. So you take your idli batter, take your waffle machine, preheat the waffle machine, put some oil on it, brush it with oil, okay? Then when it's heated, you put the idli batter on it and keep it to make let the waffles make. You normally make in 3 4 minutes. Your machine should tell you when the waffles are ready. So it's that simple. Then you remove the waffles when they're ready. So now when you have dosas and at home, you have chutney and you have aloo ka sabji with it, don't you normally? Chutney and aloo ka sabji with the dosas, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you can use green chutney or you can use red chutney, and they taste and they look fab. So since she's asking, I'll just show her the photograph. It's there in the book also. Yeah, that's a waffle idli delight.
Wow. So, Althea, can you see the photograph? You can go and
It's
actually
that simple.
get.
It's that simple. I can say it's that simple and it's that tasty. Believe me, I mean, I made it for a family get together and they couldn't stop raving about it. It was like a breakfast substitute. They wanted to have it as a main, like a starter, or you could just have it as a snack in the middle. It's so tasty. Just try it out. It's
I
that
will.
simple to
I will
make.
also try it.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. So, ma'am, I'll take this next question.
Sure.
So this is from And All That Dance. What's your favorite evening snack?
Oh, my favorite
What
evening
about you,
snack.
ma'am? It's a personal question. So what's your favorite evening snack?
Well, I didn't know whether this is something like the briefly starter in my book. I love that. I also love the paneer wraps. They're just amazing. I mean, I have it for my dabba for lunch. I can have it as a snack in the evening also. So what happens? Do we break the books up into 4 different sections? They can be used at any time you want to eat. You can have wraps, you can have asparagus foods. You can have baked potatoes, you can have purple yam kanwal. There's so many exciting evening snacks. But I would think my favorite would be definitely the BT starters. And I'm very fond of the paneer wraps. I just love the paneer wraps. They taste
Yeah,
so
I
good.
think all of us love paneer in any form.
Yeah, so I mean, I would really love that. That is one of my favorite snacks. I love to have the paneer wraps with the BT starters. They're one of my favorite snacks. And BT starters is so simple. It's just a combination of sweet and salty, which makes such a difference. You have the sweet and you have the salty together. And put together, the taste is just outstanding.
Wow. So, ma'am, this next question is from Jitin. He's asking which vegetables are best suited for enhancing metabolism?
Well, I mean, it all depends on, I mean, that's of course your dietary requirements is like what each one has to do. But I would really think is that, like a lot of people are having spinach, methi, paneer, tofu. I really won't know what really fills the metabolism. No, but these are very healthy foods. These are extremely healthy foods to have.
Great. This next question is from Sugra Sheikh, asking, can you share foods which is suitable for thyroid patients? How can they control thyroid with food? Any specific food, ma'am?
Yeah, so see, my books are like they're more general cookbooks, so it's not really made for any specific focus like for thyroid or something. So I wouldn't know what is good for thyroid patients. I'm not a dietitian basically, so I wouldn't really know what is good for diet. There's no sense in answering that for you for thyroid patients.
Okay, so okay, there are actually so many questions. Somebody has this really sweet question. Please, Renu, ma'am, please share your secret. Yeah, we
Okay,
all
be
want to.
happy and smile and be positive. That's all you need. You will see a better tomorrow. You have to be positive in life.
That's
Be
great.
happy and smile. And as I
I
always say,
think,
I've always said that when I talks about food, please cook with love. Smile when you cook. It makes a big difference. And take that
hmm,
extra effort to make something for your family or friends, and they'll all appreciate what it is. It's not so difficult to cook. It's not so difficult to make really, really delicious food now. So I think just go and do that. And share your love to food also. It makes a difference.
great. So this question is again from Aisha. She's asking, are the organic veggies that we get from stores really free from pesticides?
Well, they're supposed to be, right? You get organic vegetables, you get so many things organic. It is supposed to be free from pesticides. So we have to assume that what they're doing is right. They're making them organic. In fact, there's some people who specifically sell, they have atta, they have everything which is organic, So they say it's free from pesticides, so we do believe that. I mean, you have to believe it. What else can we do? They're saying they're free from pesticides. They should be free from pesticides, for sure.
Okay, I have this really interesting question again from Charming Desert Rose. Any food for reducing belly fat? I think a lot of us have this
Well,
question.
eat less in quantity, and you can have like you know what you do, like what I'm telling you. She's saying about belly fat. So let's say what you eat in the evening. They say what you eat in the evening really sits on you, right? So I was giving you those ideas before. Like I told you about quinoa. You can have a quinoa pulao. You can have like a Mexican quinoa bowl. Even I was telling you how to make rice from cauliflower. Instead of rice, you make from cauliflower you make rice. So all these like reducing the carbohydrates for dinner will reduce your fat everywhere and definitely your belly fat. So you have to reduce the carbohydrates from the meal and maybe have more soups or just vegetables, and salads. So that will definitely reduce the belly fat. I would definitely think so. Reduce the belly fat.
Okay, I have this next question from Anjali. She's asking, is it advisable to have raw turmeric and how?
Okay, so fine. Okay, I was telling you in the morning, I used to do that before. When I used to have my smoothies. I used to have
Hmm.
turmeric, haldi with little pepper, and I used to add ginger juice with it. Of course, you do it in moderation, na? In small quantities, it's fine to have it. In fact, people do it in the morning. I used to have it, but in smaller quantities, like half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, and have it slowly. Don't just gulp it down. Have it in water. Or some people have, yeah, if it's in water, then all is melted. But I have had raw turmeric with little ginger juice and pepper, but small quantity, like half a teaspoon, quarter teaspoon. Take it down slowly. That's all. If you do it in moderation, then it's okay. Don't do
Yeah,
excessive
I think
quantities, then you will have trouble. Everything has to be in moderation. And I have had raw
abs-
turmeric and I had no problem whatsoever. In fact, I used to wash it down with a smoothie to feel good after that. Like even you were asking me what is healthy. Yogurt is highly probiotic, right? So if in the morning, if any of your, if the viewers want a tip, you can have like a papaya and orange smoothie with papayas with yogurt, and you can put orange. There's no sugar in it. You are asking for sugar, so there's no sugar in it because the fruit is good enough to go through. And
Absolutely.
it tastes fab without sugar. Especially the question asked for diabetic people. Like there was a question for diabetics, right? This had no sugar.
Yes. Like even I try, ma'am, I try and have a smoothie of pomegranate with beetroot. So both of them are actually very
How does
sweet. So
that?
there is no, yeah, there's
Nice.
no additional sweetener required.
Yeah, so you have to look for that, substitute.
Yeah. Wonderful. So, ma'am, I'll take this last question. This is again from Althea. She's asking that you mentioned that a lot of people carry packaged, ready-to-eat food when they travel. Are these a healthy option? I know they are not, But
Well,
what
as
do
I
you
say, you
have to
have to
say?
have it in moderation. Even when I explain to you, when you come back, when you're
Hmm.
tired, you have one or two packets. You won't be having packaged foods every day, but it does help to have them in smaller quantities when you're exhausted and you really don't want to cook. I mean, I've had them in smaller quantities. Like you take a dal packet, one vegetable packet, like one or two packets with you. I will not take more than two packets at a but like a power, different packets, you can use it. And I know people who've used it, and there's no issue whatsoever. It's when you're exhausted after sightseeing or being out the whole day now. It saves the time. Or the option is, of
Absolutely.
course, to eat out, or you carry some. Because how much food can you carry with you when you travel? You tell me. There's a
Correct.
limit. None. Yeah, so you have to buy ingredients from outside, whether it's vegetables or um, grains. You have to buy something. Sometimes you carry with you. Sometimes that's why I tell you about the neti teplas, no, and the spices. So as long as you carry spices, because see abroad also you get so many. You get boiled vegetables so easily. You get whole packets of boiled vegetables cut for you. You
Absolutely.
don't have to do anything. So that way, see if you go to the US and UK, it's a lot easier to cook. All the work is half done for you any which way.
Hmm.
All you have to do is just assemble it. You have to
Yes.
assemble it. You don't have to do all that. You can get packets of, vegetables which are already boiled, peeled, cut and boiled for you.
Absolutely.
You
And
can
of
mix
course,
boiled
ma'am.
vegetables very easy. So that's what makes cooking much easier when you go abroad. So I would suggest that you buy the raw materials from there. You carry your masalas
Hmm.
and buy all the ingredients from there, the vegetables and all that, and it'll be much easier for you to make it.
Hmm. And also, ma'am, abroad, like, pressure cooker is not available in countries outside India. So one should, I think, carry dals or grains which are easily boiled,
I would
like
think
a
so. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with you
tur
there.
dal or
In
a
fact, in my mother, when she used to do, I don't know whether you've done it, but everybody used to carry chota pressure cooker, this chota cook one small pot like this, small little things they used to carry with them. You can carry them with you if you want also. At the
okay.
time when, you really were not getting vegetarian food so often now, people would carry these small little pots with them and then they would cook in them.
Wow.
These small pots are easily available.
That's nice, ma'am. So that brings us to the end of our Q&A round as well and our discussion. It was fabulous having you here, and we're extremely honored and delighted that you were part of our Instagram live session, ma'am.
Thank you, Ashima. I really hope, I mean, it was so much fun talking to you. And as I say, I'm passionate about food and I love cooking. So it's great to talk about food and veg food is just fab. And I always, as I say, it's exciting, it's dynamic today. It's really, I mean, there's so many options and it tastes so fab and it satisfies you completely. So it's really super to have, I mean, really super to talk about food. That's what I love to do. And I love
No,
to create
absolutely.
new recipes and write and you bring new ideas out. And new creative
No,
ideas on how to serve, how to present, and how to have a showstopper when you have people over.
absolutely. I think we had a fabulous session, ma'am. Very interesting. Great to know such things from you. And I would request all our viewers and all our followers to please go follow Miss Renu Dalal's page on Instagram. She posts some fabulous and mouth-watering recipes. You'll just feel like eating the picture because it's just it's just so tempting. The
And
foods
I'll
that
tell
she
all my
posts about.
followers to follow you also, Ashima.
Okay, great,
It's
ma'am.
so fabulous to do something what she's just start up and on vegetarian food that's really so close to my heart.
Same here,
She's
ma'am. And
promoting
I
vegetarian, and as you say, plant-based diets are so in just now. Everybody wants plant-based food, right? Plant-based diets are really very healthy as of now.
thank you so much, ma'am. It's actually a huge honor for us coming from that you actually appreciate our work. And yes,
I
we
do. I mean, it's just such sweet thing to write about vegetarian food and its health benefits. And as I say, Ashima is really trending. It was trending before the pandemic, and it's so
absolutely,
easy now.
ma'am.
You get such fabulous options, and I think people are very aware now. Vegetarian food is healthy and it's super.
That's great. So thank you so much, ma'am. And we look forward to working with you again soon, very soon.
Thank you, Ashima.
And
Thank you for having me.
same here, ma'am. All the best to you. And thank you. Take care.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.